What is going on, my wonderful subscribers? How are you lovely people doing? Yeah, last few weeks, or no, maybe last few weeks, I'm not sure. It just felt like a long presence since I recorded or something. I think it was last week. I didn't really feel like. Anyway, but point is, um, quite frankly, one, I didn't really feel like it, like making videos and shit. Two, well, I mean, cause what's been going on, like fucking politically wise and shit like that, it just feels like a total fucking downer. Like like you're at a good party and then someone just comes in and depresses everyone or makes everyone angry and shit like that. And I just feel like, me personally, making videos about my favorite shit and talking about them and getting enthusiastic about it is important, especially with people being so angry and toxic and whatever. So I guess without further ado, let's talk about the latest episode of Rick and Morty tonight. Anyway, so this episode was called "The ABCs of Beth," and a lot of people, were theorizing that with that title, it's gonna be kind of like a play, like a kind of like an anthology on like from that TV show ABCs of Death. Where it's gonna play out like kind of a bit of an anthology episode. But that was last week's episode with Morty's Mind Blower, so I really doubt we're gonna get like a back to back anthology episodes. So I think it was just a fun play on words. In fact, I think near the end of the episode, like they're getting to that because they said like ABC shows like The Bachelor and whatever, and I think they came close to saying ABC's of Death. I don't know. I don't think that'd be a show that Beth would watch it, but it just feels kind of funny that they were mentioning ABC shows and ABC is the best, whatever. Kind of explained myself already. Anyway, so I like how literally the episode starts. As soon as the episode starts, Beth is watching like kind of like a a special or something, a show about Charles Manson, and later when they go to the imaginary world, she actually compares Rick, or actually no, sorry, Rick compares himself to Charles Manson because he gave his daughter a fictional world that she could play in, whatever. And later in the episode, it's been revealed that he didn't make the fictional world for her sake. Like the drop the daycare. He made it so he could protect the the neighborhood because she was psycho. And then it goes on to this a little a bit near the end of the episode where it kind of like more or less more or less reveal the backstory on Beth, because this show has been teasing us as they usually like to do. They've been teasing us with how her backstory is, with how Rick's backstory is, and how she was as a kid, blah blah blah. And I think it's totally opposite totally different of what we were told, because she's like we're told like is your typical family where it's like a precocious like young girl whatever. But from what we're being told, this Beth is apparently a little unhinged when she was a kid, like as in like she would terrorize the whole neighborhood. That's why he created this world that she would just uh, escape to and just have fun in and whatever. So at first I thought it was gonna be kind of like they go to this world kind of like okay, this is where you spend your time in or whatever, but it's more or less a mission where to find her childhood sweetheart or whatever you want to call it or whatever. So things quickly go awry when they realize that Tommy, her childhood friend or whatever, have been, well, let's say, having some extracurricular activities with these animals, and then eating their babies, and that's some weird messed up shit. That's probably the most messed up shit on that I've ever seen on the show. Just so what the fuck, but they do it in a way where it's just you want to laugh at it, but like later in the episode, like I'm saying, near the end of the episode where they have their sentimental moments, it's where like shit is not funny anymore. It's just whatever. In fact, near the end of the episode, they kind of have like a little cliffhanger because they're talking about cloning her, so the clone could have do the stuff that she wants to do, while the other Beth the real Beth actually does the thing that she's supposed to do, kind of like just essentially, as Rick is saying, just kick back, just enjoy the universe, what it has to offer, blah blah blah. So she's kind of like got a conundrum. So obviously with a cliffhanger, it's kind of like obviously the answer is obvious, but more than likely I'm not really sure. But more than likely it's going to be some kind of a character arc, some kind of a story arc in the fourth season or in the fifth season. Who knows? About like her clone and doing some shit, crazy shit. Maybe the clone's gonna like become sentient and just go bonkers or whatever. More than likely that might happen. So that's pretty much it for plot line A. Plot B, just focusing on Jerry, because who else? What else? Whatever. Anyway, so uh, so yeah, it's just kind of funny how like in the first episode, or actually in episode number 6, when they left the original timeline and then visited that same timeline in the beginning of the season, how that original Jerry essentially turned into a badass, like a post-apocalyptic badass, just kind of like with muscles and just with force and shit. And with this Jerry, he hasn't grown from Whirly Dirly Conspiracy as he said he would. I mean, at the beginning of this episode, it kind of like teases us like that he has this really nice place. He apparently has telekinesis, and how the hell does he have telekinesis? Enter his supposed romance. That's just kind of like your typical kind of hunter, hunt like crazy ass hunter, and it just kind of like plays onto the old fashioned trope where it's like you break up with your ex, so you try to find someone who is better than your ex, try to get back at your ex, and that person that you hooked up with is possibly a person that you should have stayed away from in the first place. Not that they're toxic or anything, but yeah, well, let's just say that they're toxic and whatever, whatever. I just think it's kind of funny near the end of the episode where her ex just so happens to arrive at the same location they're at. Morty basically says, "You got an ex machina, just take it." And I just think that that's kind of funny because on this one YouTube channel, Cinema Sin, they say that all the time whenever there's a convenient plot twist or whatever. I forgot the word right now, but so I wonder if that's like a shout out to that YouTube channel. I mean, there's just one podcast that I was listening to that they thought that in last week's episode when Rick was building that level, that total level, that was also referencing to a YouTube channel called shit. I forgot, kind of forgot what it's called. But essentially they make like really cool stuff out of like wood and whatever. Anyway, so back to the episode. So yeah, it just shows this the Jerry as just feeble, weak piece of shit, and it's funny because his kids actually call him out on it and just saying like all these bad things about himself, and he's like, oh okay, no, I want you to repeat those things that you just said. It's like, oh, okay, blah blah blah, whatever, and and also in the post credit scene, like this kind of like just joke saying like, "Oh, return this answering machine." Nobody uses them anymore except for exposition and shit like that. And then the next caller is actually Rick. He's leaving a voicemail saying that he saved his ass because of the aliens coming after him or whatever, whatever. Which is kind of interesting. The that it kind of shows proof that Rick is actually showing his human side and actually caring about people close to him. Even if it is Jerry, even if it is a pain on his side, he still cares about him to an extent. To an extent. So who knows? Maybe in the future, like Rick could actually show, but Rick is the type of person who's like doesn't actually like actually show affection necessarily, but just enough to be kind of like hey, you do care, even though you're an asshole, you still do care. So yeah, it just felt like this episode was pretty damn good. I just felt like this season so far, I mean, well, yeah, the season is almost over, but I just felt like this is the best season so far. I mean, season 1 and 2 had pretty good, small handful of episodes that was pretty good. I liked the last episode of season 2, but I just feel like this season is just one damn good episode after another. Pickle Rick was one of my favorites. It was just so great. What else? That's I guess that feels like that's pretty much it. Oh, one thing I want to add is I like that curveball that they freaking throw. They always throws a damn curveball because like in the plot synopsis or whatever they said that Rick is gonna have a confrontation with the president, and a lot of people were theorizing, speculating, and all this shit like that. It's gonna be mean evil Morty. And like when I was watching this episode, I was thinking, well, I don't really think so because you had like from the no, not the last episode, but the episode before that to now, you had no reference to evil Morty, nothing at all. So when they showed the teaser, it was just like the president from Back to the Get Swifty episode. So more than likely that's gonna be it. Or not unless that was a fake cop out, and we're gonna actually get Evil Morty, which I kind of doubt, and I kind of hope they don't do that route because it feels like it's gonna be rushed into it, into that story arc. So it'd be best to kind of like let it marinate for a while, maybe like in a halfway through season 4 or whatever. They're gonna like show like kind of like lead us up with it, but I kind of like how they throwing a callback to Get Swifty with the same president from that episode. So who knows? And I'm definitely looking forward to how it turns out. And coincidentally enough, I guess is the last episode of season 3 also lands on my birthday. So cool beans. And then a few weeks later is The Walking Dead. Return of the Walking Dead. Okay. Anyway, so that's pretty much it for this review and whatever. And I'm out like the Flash, and see you with another video.